So let's talk about the new colorful makeup. And first of all, of course, something that everybody's been talking about is the new ColourPop Hocus Pocus collaboration with the Hocus Pocus 2 movie. So they're collaborating with the Hocus Pocus franchise. Is the franchise? I think it is. For the third year in a row. And this year, I think they are addressing the second movie. I haven't seen it yet. I think neither has anyone. And this collection is launching tomorrow on September 22nd, on Thursday, on their website. Here is the look of the collection open. This is the palette. This is sort of an illuminating powder, like a highlighter. They also have 3 lip glosses and mascara, which is cool. Oh, and yeah, and Jelly Much eyeshadows, which are kind of moussey, creamy eyeshadows that they have. And I believe they can also be kind of used as a glitter gel. So let's take a closer look at what this is about. First of all, let me say that I love the Hocus Pocus movie, the first one. And I was so excited about this collection for the third year in a row. But this palette was slightly disappointing to me. I mean, it's not bad. I actually did kind of a Hocus Pocusy themed look today. So I did like a slightly grungy green, not emerald. I did the purple. I did a little bit of gold instead of orange. And well, I tried to wear kind of the themed colors because I was inspired by this theme. However, the palette. As for the palette, as we can see, it's mostly a neutral palette still. So it does have color in it, don't take me wrong. It's not a bad palette. I would say, oh, sorry, the screen went off. It's not a bad palette for a colorful makeup lover. I feel like if maybe that's your first palette or maybe your second, you don't have a lot of neutrals, which sometimes we all need, even if we love colorful makeup. Sometimes we do use neutral makeup. Maybe this is the one. However, for me, like I already have a bunch of neutrals that I very rarely use. And here they only have 7 colorful eyeshadows. So basically the ones that you see on the bottom from coming from under the palette. So they have 2 oranges, like an orange and a red. They have 3 greens. They have 2 purples. And that's it. The rest are neutrals and black, which is basically also neutral. This could have been a Beetlejuice palette, honestly. If they had slapped on a Beetlejuice packaging, I mean, green, purple, red. The only thing that doesn't belong too much in Beetlejuice, I guess, is orange. And I feel they could have done so much better for the Hocus Pocus collection. I mean, they did a great job with the Jelly Match eyeshadows. Like, look at them. They are bright. They are very Hocus Pocusy. There is like a magenta purple. There is a bright orange. There is also this iridescent color, which can be a topper or anything. I feel like they could have done a much better job with the palette. That's also what I said about the palette last year. It also had some oranges, greens, and purples, but definitely way too many neutrals. I mean, it's Halloween. People are getting Halloween makeup, right? Halloween is not the time when you want to do like a nude look. If you are going, for a Halloween theme, for a Hocus Pocus theme, obviously you can do a nude look for Halloween. If you're cosplaying, I don't know, somebody who isn't wearing makeup, then obviously you're doing a natural makeup and you're wearing, I don't know, nude lipstick and brown eyeshadows. But if you want to get in the Halloween mood, you want to wear some Halloween colors, right? And usually you want them to be bright, so like purple, green, orange, all stuff like that. And I feel like the Jelly Much eyeshadows correspond to that, but the palette does not. What the item that I absolutely love in this collection is the Hocus Pocus mascara, which is kind of a magenta burgundy purple color. I would honestly get that. Of course, I'm also in love with the packaging. You're paying for the packaging, guys, with this palette at least. But with the mascara, they didn't have this color. I would probably get the mascara. I was also excited about the lip glosses. Sorry, at first the Hocus Pocus ones, especially about this purplish black one. But also I love the orange and the iridescent. But the thing is that I saw the swatches and they're actually very sheer. Let me show you the swatches. They were on another account that I'm following. Okay, that was a video actually. Hold on, I do have a screenshot. I'll just find it in a second. I mean, where did it go? Oh yeah, right. Just 1 second more. So I will show you the swatches of these lip glosses, and although I was excited about them at first, they really seem very, very sheer, so you will barely be able to see them. Just, you know, for an everyday lip gloss, not bad. Also, here are the swatches of the palette. These are all done by Trend Mood One. She has an account about makeup news. And as you can see, it's for the most part neutral, right? So there are a couple of bright colors, but not too many. And also here is the swatch of the mascara. I think it's a very unique color. Oh, sorry, that's another thing. And here are some Jelly Much eyeshadows. But going a little bit back to this collection, just one more thing I need to show you because I think this is the cutest. I think this is so cute. This is a hair accessory, and these are like hair clips. So as I understand, this is not like one thing, but these are two separate things. You can even have like one cat ear, and I think they are so cute. They're so cute. My only concern is that they might be overpriced for this collection, but who knows? Maybe not. Oh, of course, the illuminating powder. So the highlighter. The packaging is once again top notch, but the Hocus Pocus theme and all that. But the color of the highlight itself, I think, is nothing special. So it's like a white highlighter with an iridescent blue sheen. Plenty of those in ColourPop itself, and you know, also in other brands. I mean, if you don't have a highlighter like that, it might be a good idea to get this one. But I personally have like already plenty of these things. And another Halloween release, which I think is so worth it, is the Smashbox release. I love that. So they have some cream eyeshadows there. I don't really wear cream eyeshadows because of my super oily lids, but for someone who wears them, they would be awesome. And also for like maybe doing some face painting stuff. And look, they were inspired by some horror characters. And so they have the green, the orange, the black, like all kinds of these cream eyeshadows here. I'll show you the swatches in a moment. And the lipsticks, look, finally, somebody launched a green, like a bright emerald green lipstick for Halloween, and a purple, and not just the nudes, right? With like one orange. I would also launch a black, but okay, you know, I'm still happy with it. And I also love that this emerald green doesn't have a metallic shine to it, although I normally do love metallic lipsticks a little bit more. But I feel like with the greens, they're pretty rare, and somehow, especially with the bullet lipsticks, they're often launched in metallic finish. And this one is more of a cream finish. So these are the lipsticks, very pretty, and these are the cream eyeshadows. Hold on. Yeah, like the Tiffany ones is slightly purple. Oh, I love this. Here are the swatches of the cream eyeshadows. I love this release. This Smashbox release, I think it's really good. It really gives the spirit of Halloween, you know, and it really has the colors there, something for everyone. So you do have these more colorful things, more wild colors like green and purple, but you also have some neutrals. So I think this is an example of a great Halloween release, and like, I'm really happy with it. Okay, some other things that have been launched and that I feel we haven't talked about yet, though I kind of have the feeling that we talked about them because I talked about them on TikTok about a couple of these things. So first of all, the Urban Decay Naked palette, which is a collaboration between Urban Decay and, hold on, Robin Eisenberg, the illustrator. And she painted this beautiful picture. Apparently, the all-nighter set is sprayed. Like, that's so cool. So dope. You can do some kinds of colorful looks with it because it's actually like sort of a colorful palette. I mean, yeah, if I cover this up, it's more neutral. But if I cover this up, it's like really colorful, right? So my question is, why is this Urban Decay palette called Naked? I mean, it's not. It's the Naked palette is supposed to be something with like no makeup, right? With neutral colors, maybe like one pop of color, but this definitely is not a Naked palette. It's just a pretty palette. I actually kind of like this palette, and I love that they collaborated with this illustrator who's drawing such beautiful stuff. And another lovely palette that has been launched recently was, hold on, let me read. Yeah, Trixie Cosmetics. And this release is called Girl Talk. This is a palette, and also, I don't know, I believe they have some like small accessories like stickers, I believe. Sorry, I'm not entirely sure. Let me see. Okay, there is also a lip gloss, a bright pink shimmer gloss with golden pink reflect. The lashes, a robe, and this palette. I think the star of the show is, of course, the palette. And I love that they launched a pastel palette for autumn. because everybody's launching grungy colors for autumn. Nothing wrong with it on its own, but I'm tired of brands launching the same color scheme or like the same like how to say it, the same type of color every season. So like in spring, everybody's launching pastels. In spring in the northern hemisphere, by the way, because let's not forget that right now it's spring in the southern hemisphere. So this pastel palette may be perfect for spring for somebody who lives in Australia. And because I'm always saying, autumn, etc. Though I'm not assuming that all of you watching this are necessarily from the northern hemisphere. No, of course not. But it's just that I live in the northern hemisphere, so I'm kind of so used to that it comes out automatically. What's up with my hair? Why is it getting in the way? Okay, and so I love that they did something different, because it's always that in March everybody's launching pastels, then in summer everybody's launching brights, then in September everybody's launching these grungy colors, which for some reason are called fall colors. I don't get it. Honestly, I never did, and I don't get it. Why should I use some type of color based on the season? I mean, I use the color that I want to use. I might want to use a grungy color in April. I might want to use a pastel color in November. I might want to use a super vibrant color in January, and I might want to use a silver glittery shade in August. There's nothing wrong with that. So I love that they, didn't stick to the didn't go with the flow, let's put it this way, and release something new. The only thing that I'm a little picky about that these two shades, one is a shimmer, one is a matte, yes, but they're still very similar. Like I would make one of them maybe either a little bit bluer or a little bit darker, but that's just me being super picky. Overall, I love this release. And also, what else do we have here from Colourful Makeup? Okay, the Profusion Collection, also themed for Halloween, and the collection is huge. So they have some small palettes, they have a bigger, also quite colorful palette, they have some lashes, some accessories, they have so much stuff. Honestly, I can't imagine who would buy like a whole collection like this every year. Or like especially on every holiday, but I'm guessing maybe they're not planning for people to buy the whole collection, just some things. So I would maybe launch less items, but it's up to them. Overall, it's quite pretty. Then let's see what else do we have in Colourful Makeup, because this channel is about colorful makeup mostly, you know that. Okay, I will show you this because this isn't really colorful, but I have to talk about this. So this is Too Faced. One palette here is kind of colorful, right? The rest are the usual Too Faced warm neutrals. And this is the holiday collection. I don't have words. Once again, in September, I already mentioned that in another video that they announced like their sneak peek of the holiday collection in August, which made me so mad because I don't want to think about winter and summer, but also, in September, like, what are you doing? Nobody wants to think about winter in September. Honestly, are there people who are doing their like Christmas or New Year shopping in September? Like, are there? Especially like new collections. Like I can maybe understand, if you already know what your mom or your friend or somebody will want for Christmas or for New Year, whichever one you're celebrating, or Hanukkah, once again, whichever you're celebrating. And like, that's so much in advance, and you maybe see this item with a discount or something that maybe it makes sense. Otherwise, it just doesn't. It just doesn't. You get it closer to the holiday, because even if you know that your one will like this thing that you want to get, it's still a long way to go. Something else might come up, right? I don't know. I do my holiday shopping, maybe like a month in advance, or maybe even less, but it's a little bit different here. So I know that in a lot of countries from which you're following me, from the USA, for example, you celebrate mainly Christmas, like most of people do. I'm not implying that everybody does, of course. And it is traditional to start giving gifts like in the beginning of December. Here we celebrate New Year, so it is traditional to give gifts for New Year. And people don't usually give gifts a lot in advance. So maybe if you're seeing a person like a couple of days before New Year, you will give a gift. But otherwise, you will give it after the New Year has arrived. So we're usually doing our holiday shopping like in the end of December. But I understand, that in other countries, people might be doing their holiday shopping in the beginning of December or even in the end of November. So, okay, announce this collection in the beginning of November. Even in October, I will be okay with it. Why in September? Oh, just I can't make peace with that. That bothers me. You probably noticed. Okay, there's another holiday collection which I won't even mention because I don't want to talk about it. Then something I've already kind of talked about. So this is a fall eyeshadow palette by Nomad Cosmetics, and this is called the Hudson Valley. If you don't know Nomad Cosmetics, they are a brand who is theming their releases, their palettes, for a certain destination. So they're picking I don't know, the south of France, for example. I don't remember what that was called. And they're getting inspired by the lavender fields, by the seaside. And so they're creating a palette which is themed in those colors. And this time they were inspired by the Hudson Valley. They created a palette themed in those colors. And as you can see, they're promoting it with all kind of autumn, fall stuff with the fallen leaves. And I think the palette is beautiful. I think it's really pretty. Once again, I don't really side with the vibe of everything being in autumn colors, but it's a good palette at the same time. And also, there is nothing bad about grungy colors. It's just a little bit annoying to me that everybody's releasing just grungy colors now. But the palette is actually pretty. Not exactly for me. I like something more vibrant, but I think it's still colorful. And for somebody who likes a more grungy vibe, actually I am a more grungy vibe today, I think this is a great palette. I think this is a pretty one. I don't know about the quality, though. I have heard, I kind of know about it because I have heard good reviews about it. I haven't tried it myself. I haven't tested it myself. So I cannot, tell you my personal opinion on the quality. And also there is a collection, a Beetlejuice themed collection. I love Beetlejuice. Gosh, I love Beetlejuice. And this is by Makeup Revolution. It's coming to Walmart if you're in the USA and then you must have Walmart, I guess, somewhere nearby. And this is a lovely collection. I actually love the palette. I also love the eyeliners. But once again, I feel like it's a little bit too huge. Can you imagine somebody buying this whole collection? I think hardly. But at the same time, I guess they're just targeting everyone, and so that everyone can find something they like, which is why they're launching a purple palette, a neutral palette. They're launching this big palette, which is more colorful, which has purples and greens, all Beetlejuice themed colors. They're launching this more red and black palette, kind of Lydia themed, right? So I guess that somebody can find a little bit of something for themselves. I love the Beetlejuice palette, honestly. It's beautiful. I didn't hear good reviews about Makeup Revolution eyeshadows usually, though. Though they say that their limited edition releases are usually better than their permanent ones. I wouldn't get it because I'm doubtful of the quality and I don't have a lot of money to spend to test. But if you like Makeup Revolution, then maybe yes. Also, look at these lipsticks. They have these beetles on them. I love the liner collection. Very unique. The purple, the green, the white, the black. You can really create a Beetlejuice look just using those, honestly. And of course, the things oh, sorry, that's right here. There's a mirror. What was that? The spiral thing? I'm not even sure. Let's read about that. Oh, I think that was a cosmetic bag. They also have a sponge. Oh, they have the swatches of the lipsticks too. And the palette, the big palette, is beautiful. It's really very Beetlejuicy. Let me know if you love Beetlejuice. I just do. So I think Makeup Revolution did a good job on the color story here. Unlike ColourPop with Hocus Pocus, I think they did. The last thing I wanted to kind of talk to you about, because I feel like I have mentioned it. Oh no, wait. That's not the last. Hold on. Something surprising to me. Pat Mcgrath is coming up with a colorful palette. I mean, it's not super colorful, it's still kind of semi-neutral, but I feel like Pat McGrath was always doing like just neutrals with like one colorful shade in the palette. So it was very surprising to me that she came up with a palette that has this many colors. Honestly, if I were to try Pat McGrath, if I had the money and the opportunity to get them right now, I would try this palette. And if you love something colorful, like I would recommend trying this palette. Look at the swatches. I think this is interesting. This is interesting. Um, and there was also another collection that I wanted to mention. Hold on, I lost it. Where did it go? I just saw it before I sat down to film this video. I just saw this collection. Now I lost it. Oh no! So that was the collection by Besame Cosmetics that I told you about. Oh, there it is. That I told you about last time, but I didn't know when it would be launched. I don't know about the quality either, because I haven't tried it. I like the collection. I like the color star of the palette. It's Disney villains themed, so I guess also kind of Halloween themed. Then they have this Ursula pendant, which contains a highlighter and illuminating shadow inside. Then they have the Evil Queen ring, which contains, oh no, the Maleficent ring, sorry, which contains a perfume. So that's a perfume. I'm guessing it's like a kind of a butter perfume. I don't know how it works. And you can actually put it on your finger. It's a ring. They have 3 lipsticks and they have 3 nail polishes. My favorite is this one because I feel like you can use it as a topper and really transform what's underneath. And I think this is an interesting and cute collection. Don't take me wrong, this Ursula pendant with like shimmery gold powder is great, but do you know how much this Ursula compact costs? Make a guess. I'll just wait for a second for you to think about it for a second. How much can this thing cost? Oh, sorry. This thing. It costs $225. What? What? I mean, so I guess they're positioning it. They have Swarovski crystals here. They have some other things. Custom cast and sculpted golden shell compact, just like the iconic shapes of Ursula next looks, blah, blah, blah. Gold plated, so it's gold plated actually, with 5 Swarovski crystals. Compact is, I can't talk. Compact is refillable with any of the powders from Besame Cosmetics. Comes with the gold shimmer cream that can be used to highlight the cheeks and the eyes. So I'm guessing they're positioning it more as a jewelry than as a highlighter, but I don't know. For me, it would like feel weird to wear a jewelry that has makeup inside. I don't know. There's just something about it that doesn't come together for me. Like paying $225 for jewelry for a gold plated, I guess it's more normal. But you know, for me, it's still like a highlight and a cute packaging, and I would never pay that amount of money for that. Also, the palette that is here, which also has, I think, 1 or even 2 pressed glitters. Let's take a look at them. Like, at least there is 1 blue pressed glitter, and maybe one of the greens is also pressed glitter. It costs $125. Oh no, I think even these purples are pressed glitters. $125 for a palette this small? I don't know. No, these are like Pat McGrath prices. Not the thing for me. So also the Maleficent ring with the perfume costs $129. Gold-plated solid stainless steel, black rose fragrance in solid form. Once again, I would not pay this money, but if you wanted to wear it like a jewelry, if you think that's a fun idea, I guess it might be worth it because yeah, it's gold plated and all that stuff, so you do understand where the price comes from. Just not something for me. And speaking of inappropriately expensive makeup, let's talk about this Fenty lipstick case. Let's save it. So these are hand-placed crystals as well. I'm not sure if they're Swarovski or not. It says Fenty. There were only 100 of these launched, and you can put your lipsticks there. I think they're still not sold out. And this case is, oh my God, I can't even say it. This case is $500. $500 for a case to carry your lipstick in? I mean, you're free to spend your money however you want, obviously, if you have this $500. I just think that even if you're a billionaire, it's just something that's not worth it, in my opinion. So, if you're a billionaire, the Ursula gold-plated pendant may be worth it, but the lipstick case for $500, I think that's just an exorbitant price for something like this. So even if you have the money, obviously I'm not trying to tell you what to do with the money. It's just my opinion that I'm stating. So if I were a billionaire, I would still not pay $500 for that. I think, like I would pay maybe, well, for something that is like embellished, I would pay, well, maybe 50, maybe like 100 at most, like if I had the money, but 500. So let's take a look if we have any other colorful makeup releases that are worth mentioning. Oh, holiday collection again. I can't look at those. I won't be talking about holiday collections. I mean, the winter holiday. We're talking about holiday collections. Oh, yes, there was one thing that I wanted to show you. Yeah, I think I took a screenshot because I closed this account. So, Beaute Bar has launched this Beetlejuice palette, also Beetlejuice themed, and this, let me just find it on the social media. Again, because this is such a beautiful palette. I think if I were launching a Beetlejuice palette, this is what I would do. And it's already sold out, but they are opening a pre-order for the next stock. So if maybe you're not too worried of getting it exactly by Halloween, though you still might have the time, and you just love the Beetlejuice theme and the color story of this palette, you can just pre-order it. Look at the swatches. So not only there are bright colors, the bright purple, the bright green, the red, but there are also plenty of duochromes in this palette. How absolutely amazing and cool is that? I think this is the coolest Beetlejuice palette I have ever seen. Once again, I won't tell you anything about the quality because I haven't tried this brand. But if I were, to try new brands, I would take a look at this one. So this Beaute Bar is, where do they come from? They come from Florida, USA. And I think that's a really awesome palette. Let's just take a look at the video they made. I think it's so pretty. Look at this like bright neon color, this bright purple, the bright neon green I meant. Honestly, it's Beetlejuice themed, it's Beetlejuice packaging. You definitely can create Beetlejuice looks with it, but it can go for so much more. So you can use it for so much more, for so many more looks, because because of these duochromes especially. Hold on, let me just turn on the swatches one more time. Because of these duochromes especially, like it's so versatile. I feel like you can use it for so many things. And so these were the makeup news. Please let me know which was your favorite release, which are you eyeing, which are you getting, which maybe you already got. Let me know everything in the comments. And I'll see you in my next video, which should be up tomorrow, hopefully, but at most the day after tomorrow.